starts playing.
All right, I hit start streaming and I muted desktop audio, so... All right, what's up, everybody? Search17 here, and this is actually the first stream on my YouTube channel, so I thank you guys all for tuning in. And a quick shout out to all my guests: Vcipz, KingNarukami, Raman, David, Bubbletea, and Vish.
What's up? What's up?
Yo,
what's up?
So the premise of this stream, basically, guys, is we're each going to share our own experiences on how we got into Shin Megami Tensei, and why we all decided to do content creation regarding Shin Megami Tensei. So, I guess I'll start with myself, since it was my idea to host this whole thing. And my story is probably way more lame than all of you guys combined. So, basically, the way it worked for me is my coworker was like, "Hey, this Persona 4 Golden game, have you heard of it?" And I said, "No, what's that?" So he's like, "Oh, I know you like JRPGs, Final Fantasy, and all that." So... I just got it on Steam on a whim, and he was like, "You should try it with some drinks." So I tried it with some drinks, and lo and behold, without the drinks even, the game was amazing. So I, kept going into it, and I felt really invested with the characters. And Persona 4 Golden was like that game that kind of like really brought me back into JRPGs, because for a while I was kind of like bored with it, because Final Fantasy for a while was getting kind of stale. Some others just didn't really do it for me. And then, when I met Narukami and Rise, Yukiko, I felt that all the characters had so much depth and they were interesting. And the combat system was really cool too. Like, that was something I had never really experienced at the time, so that really drew me in. And Dojima, really cool character as well. So then it kind of, snowballed from there. I played Persona 5 Royal, was my next game. And then that game really took it to the next level too, because I started getting ideas about, content creation for all that, because I was like, oh, this character is Joker's like the silent protagonist, but he's actually really cool. He's cooler than Narukami. At least I thought that at the time. But yeah, so like I played Persona 5 Royal, and I got all the way to Maruki, and that whole thing was insane when he was just going WWE style in Maruki. And I texted my friend after that, and I was like, dude, this game is like fucking crazy. This is like the craziest thing I've ever experienced. And then he was like, well, why don't you do videos on it? And I was like, shit, dude, you're right. Because I started like jotting down all these things I wanted to do. And like I said, it kind of continued to snowball from there. And then I played Nocturne, and I did a Let's Play on that. And Nocturne is a pretty crazy game, especially when you start with Persona 4 Golden and you kind of work backwards. You're like, wow, this level design is kind of weird. Like, do you guys remember the Amala Temple? That was super frustrating for me, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what is the point in me teleporting everywhere? Like, why don't you just have me do like a more simple puzzle? Because like...
For chaos.
Yes, it was purely chaotic, because I was like, okay, I'll go here, and then I'll do this, and then it's like, well, fuck, I'm back at the beginning again.
I generally don't like warp puzzles in general, unless it's like done a specific way, so I feel that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really like warp puzzles in general. It's kind of annoying and trippy, but I mean, sometimes it's funny. That's just...
shoutouts to Sector E.
Oh my god.
Wait, is that the meme dungeon from Strange Journey that everyone talks about?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was pretty much my story. Like, I haven't, now keep in mind, I haven't played all the SMT games. I am working on that. Like, I have a bunch of stuff recorded on the site I'm going through, but I pretty much, to recap, I started with Persona 4 Golden off the recommendation of a friend. So if you're watching, Mike, thank you. You started all this. Then I went to P5R, and then, yeah, that was pretty much it. So what about you guys? Who wants to go next?
I guess I can go next. So I started playing SMT in 2012, I think. I don't know. I was really young. It was basically the JRPG that I played after playing like all the Pokemon games and getting bored of it. Like, I think I just finished either Black or White, and then I was looking for a new game to buy that was not Pokemon or Mario, and it ended up being Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor, which is an amazing game. It introduced me to the SRPG genre as well as Megaten, and it became my favorite Megaten game in general. So, shoutouts to Devil Survivor. Everyone should go play that game. Yeah, and then from there, I just pretty much played all the DS games, like Devil Survivor 2, Strange Journey. Never really left from Devil Survivor because the map design's amazing, the music's amazing, pretty much everything's amazing, and it has Noya. After that, like 3 years later, I played Persona 4 Golden on an emulator. And that's how I was introduced to Persona. And then fast forward to the release of Persona 5 Royal, since I didn't have a PS4 when base game was out. I played Persona 5 Royal, and I thought it was a fun game, and it had a lot of ideas that I just thought I could talk about. And then 2 years later, I started making videos. And that's pretty much how it went for me.
That's awesome. Yeah, like, it's kind of crazy because when you start to play a game and the wheels start turning, how you can start to think up ideas for videos.
Right, agreed. Yeah.
Because it's like stuff just happens in a game and then like the light bulb goes off. And then I just jot it down on a piece of paper and then I've already got like the next idea for a video.
You just have an insane theory or something.
Yeah. I'm like Charlie Day in that episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where he's got all those Post-it notes and like wire going everywhere.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, when you're playing a game, I think those thoughts just come naturally. So, I mean, it was pretty cool that I actually acted on the ideas that I had. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how I got into Megaten and content creation in general.
Awesome, man. Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go next, but yeah. The way I got into Megaten is like back in it was back when the PSP came out, I think. It was when Persona 3 Portable came out, yeah. So that's when I was still trying to find a JRPG at the time. Like I was still playing like Final Fantasy, was it 10? 9, I can't remember. I was kind of bored of Final Fantasy, so like, why not see what these Atlas games are about? So I bought Persona 3 Portable. I was like, a high school simulator game. There's some waifus. Gameplay's good. I like the gameplay, even though I did rage quite a bit when I was young, because I didn't understand how the game worked until I played more of it. So yeah, I like the combat system. That's when I was introduced to Megaten, all these demons, everything, and also like the Arcanas and everything, Persona. I enjoyed it, and I loved the story a lot. It just engaged me. Like, it's the concept of death. I just don't know. It really engaged me. It's the characters and Elizabeth. I always love Elizabeth. You guys know this. Best girl in Persona 3.
That might be up for debate on that, but
you just started a war right there. You just started a war.
I know. Damn it.
Bro, I mean,
everyone's gonna go wild now.
Everyone unmuted at once.
You just started the war in the chat right now. Yeah. But I mean, I'm going Mitsuru. That's my pick, Mitsuru.
Yeah. After that, though,
based. Same. Let's go.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but after
same.
after that, I took a little bit of a break from Megaton. I got back into it. I think it was like after when Persona 4 Arena came out, got more to like the FGC, and that time when Street Fighter 4 came out.
Yeah.
And, then I got into Megaton again. And Persona 5, I think Royal. So I didn't play base P5 because I kind of missed out on it. Because went back to P4 Golden. I did play the original one, the original P4.
But
back
you,
on PS2. I didn't complete it.
yeah, but you bring up a
Then
good
I got
point though
bored.
about the concept, because it's like, how many other RPG series can pull it off? Like, you just have all these demons across all these mythos. Like, you got Norse mythology, you got Hinduism, you got, you know,
So everything, yeah,
Judeo-Christian. Like, and then they pull it off so well, and then they get the lore right and like everything about it.
Yeah,
And
and
it sucks you in. It sucks you in. It's like you want to be invested more into it.
Yeah, because if you notice, like, let's say you're playing, I don't know, DDS, and then you run into, say, Shiva or Vishnu. Like, the concept and the execution of you running into those demons in the games is, like, pretty much spot on. Like, for how it would be, because, you know, Shiva is, like, the destroyer, so if you get your ass kicked by Shiva, he's gonna destroy the world. So... In that sense, you know, it's true to the lore. So Atlas definitely did their homework.
Alice is really just could pull stuff off. Like when it comes to like, the demons, it amazes me. It's like these mythological figures. They can make them like they add so much personality to them with the designs and everything, like, their combat and everything. I love it. It's just like
Yeah, and it's like another thing too is Yoshitsune is only in Mega 10. I can't think of another series off the top of my head that he's in, because he sure as hell isn't in Final Fantasy. So
except for like Shiva, and that's it.
yeah, I mean there's Shiva, but Shiva, I mean the way Square designed Shiva was even different in that too, to how Atlas designed it, and Atlas got it like spot on to how they would be in Hindu mythology.
Yeah, but after Persona 5 Royal, I got into like a strange journey. Then I love DDS. I always will talk about DDS. This is the game in general, the combat. I'm a big sucker for like, the gameplay. I love the gameplay. But the gameplay is like really, really deep. I will go really deep and make really good builds on that stuff. I love making. I just love really deep gameplay. It just sucks me in.
Now let me ask you guys another question too. Do you prefer the Persona like one more, or do you prefer the more SMT like press turn system?
Press turn, no question.
Press turn, definitely.
Yeah.
I think they're both fine, but I guess I prefer press turn more. I suppose.
It's more risky. It's more risk involved.
I like having the extra risk involved. It improves the entire like gameplay formula. It makes it more intriguing and more interesting. Like more.
And it requires a brain.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? Hear me out.
No, shut up.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
no.
True.
Yeah. Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I never
Combat.
played it.
True. This motherfucker's spitting.
Yeah, it's.
I haven't even played it honestly
Fire.
myself.
SMT4 is 10 out of 10 combat for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Four is fire. Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, it's pretty good, but smirking, I'm not too sure if I vibe with that.
Smirking sucks.
you can
like
you can
the
abuse the
violent
shit out of
bruh.
smirk though. You can abuse the shit
Yeah,
out
I
of it.
love the
Dude,
using it though.
smirking
Using it is so
sucks.
fun.
Smirking was easily the worst part of SMT4. I'm sorry.
You get this.
Yeah, smirking was
All
so
right.
annoying.
Bad
You
taste.
have no.
Bad taste.
Shut up, David. No one cares.
I have to go.
We ran him off. Get back under the desk.
I thought you were the one that was under the desk.
We take turns.
Yeah, he said you were. He's right here.
This is.
That's us.
Jesus, man. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Something about press turn, like you said, it requires a brain. You can't just play like a jackass and just beat the game. The game will punish you repeatedly and beat you to a pulp.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
know, it'll beat you to a pulp if you don't play smart. Period.
If you think
So
about it,
now-
though, we're all here chatting about Atlas combat systems, and we got to realize that like it's crazy how most of their games they have a banger combat system. Like
Oh, yeah, definitely.
we're all like not on agreement
Yeah,
on
I
which one's
mean-
the best, but they just have so many varied systems and they all work. It's really impressive when you think about it.
The
I mean, as
gameplay
much
will
as
always
I-
be good, at least good, every time you play an Atlas JRPG.
Alice is just amazing.
much
when it
as-
comes to the combat.
As much as I'll shit on one of the games, I mean, I know that all the games are gonna be fun at the end of the day. So, whether I call an Atlas game trash or not, it's not really trash. It's just trash in comparison, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, definitely it.
Like, I mean, like, I have this love-hate relationship, I'll say, with SMT5. You know, like, I love the combat of SMT5. Things I don't like about it were the story, because for some reason, lately, I don't know what's going on over there, but their stories have been kind of, like, patchy, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
So
I mean, for me, what makes SMT5 was the exploration. Like, I think that made up for the story, in my opinion, but to be fair, I don't really care about stories in games except, like, visual novels, but yeah.
I mean, to your point, like, a visual novel requires, like, you to be fully engaged all the time with what's going on. Like, if,
Right.
like an SMT, you don't have to have super in-depth characters because you're drawn in by other things, like, you know, the fusions and
the whole world too. The
Yeah,
world
the
is
overworld.
something that's
Right.
really
That's-
enthralling. It makes you want to explore nonstop as you go around. Like there was so many times that I was playing
Agreed,
SMT5 honestly, and I was just exploring the whole time, just leveling up.
That's not what Twitter told me about SMT5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I
Twitter
think
isn't
SMT5
right all the time.
favorite JRPG
Yeah,
of all
is
time.
the
Well, you know
last
what,
my
man? That's
dick.
Twitter. Fuck Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter's suck my
Fuck
dick.
Twitter.
Now,
Finally,
what
a
is
good take from you guys.
think?
yeah.
Shut up.
I mean, dude, every time I log into Twitter, it's like some kind of argument about one of the older games, and I'm just like,
Today we're gonna hit on Persona 5. Tomorrow
Someone's
someone's
mad about something every day.
Take the L.
that
It's
is exactly
always-
right, though, Bubbletea. Someone is literally mad about something every day regarding Megaten on Twitter, and it's shocking, and I wish he would stop, but...
I'm tired of all the discourse with Soul Hackers 2 before it even fucking releases. Like, people were complaining about it 4 months
Oh
ago.
yeah, people are complaining about that it hasn't even come out yet, man.
Exactly.
Wait, they're complaining that it hasn't come out?
Yeah, it's like what?
I
can-
don't know, man.
Just, it's my philosophy that you
Twitter,
simply cannot
Twitter.
hate on something that is not out until you played it either to completion or at least to a point that you can draw a coherent conclusion whether you like it or hate it. That's
There's
just
a
me.
clip.
Agreed.
There's a clip going around of Soul Hackers 2 right now that if you
Talking
take it
about
Oh,
out
is it the
of
RS
context,
one? The
Yes.
RS clip?
yes,
That's what I was talking about.
I
That's
don't
what I
know.
was
That's
referring
not
to
really
with-
an issue.
No, that was just with Ringo saying take the L, and people were like, "Whoa."
I mean,
Right.
that's just.
But the
that's
people
just
don't realize
standard.
that
She was talking to the fan base, by the way.
No, she
David,
was talking
didn't I
to
tell
a-
you? Didn't I tell you
She was a
that
rapper,
people
so
would
she was
complain over that
rapping.
scene?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she was
you did,
rapping.
you did. I
She
have
was
a-
rapping
dude.
back to the guy though. That's why she did that. Like
I
I don't know why
record-
people were so confused. Like Ringo was rapping back to the rapper guy. That's why
Exactly,
she did
yeah.
that whole rap. Like
I mean,
the
But I
fact
mean-
that people don't understand that, like people
Ringo
do sound
rapping
like
is
weird.
cringe, but the Mara
it is,
jokes,
but-
those are okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not
Jokes.
saying it's not cringe, but I'm just saying the people that are making it like it's like the translator's fault. Like, bro, that's what was intended. Like,
No,
don't know.
I actually chuckled when I saw that scene
Same.
when I was playing it. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that was.
I swear, as soon as I saw
Oh.
that scene, guys, as soon as I saw that scene, I messaged David. I'm like, people are gonna fucking
People
hate
are-
this right here.
Absolutely.
And you
Yeah,
were exactly
you did.
right.
Of course. No surprise though, right?
Yeah, I recorded it for that exact reason. I was like, "Yep, this is gonna come up again."
And like, I'm just sitting here looking at my phone at work, and I'm just like, who cares, man? Like,
People act like Mechaton has to be this ultra edgy, serious affair when in
Super
reality,
elitist thing we might. have.
every game is like has comedy in it. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
Nocturne
game
does.
negotiation exists.
Yeah, like Alex just said in chat, imagine not buying a game because of one harmless quote. Hey, LaRue, what's up, buddy?
Hey,
but-
what's up?
But yeah, like it just makes me shake my head so many times because it's like,
it's just funny.
do you remember in Nocturne they're like making a joke about Mara, something about pulling him out, and it's like,
Oh yeah, it was just a long series
Yeah.
of like penis jokes.
it's just
Oh, I'm gonna, or the people watching the stream aren't gonna see this, but I'm gonna send you guys my favorite demon quote from Nocturne Negotiation.
Alright, I'm ready to use. Yeah.
Oh, that one is so good. I love that
That
one.
one is too good.
Yeah.
That one is fire. Man, there's Twitter in general. There's always something to complain about. They can't appreciate something for once.
But
So Hackers 2 coming out, and they're just complaining. It's like, yo, let's just enjoy the game. It hasn't come out yet.
But just for reference, his quote was from Nocturne that Bubbletea sent in chat. He says, "Till then, practice thy jackassery elsewhere. Fare thee well."
Oh yeah, I love that quote.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, and that's Bareth who says it, by the way. If
Yeah.
anyone in the chat wants to play the game and try it.
It's Paris. That makes the context even better.
But now to get back on subject here, I think David needs to go for how he got into Shin Megami Tensei and content creation.
Sure. See, my story's a little different. Well, let's start from the beginning. I got a PSP on Christmas. I don't remember what year, but I got it late in the PSP's life. And I was playing like Ratchet and Clank, God of War, the GTA games on it, Need for Speed, stuff like that. Nothing like... Oh, I did play Crisis Core. We were talking about that before. I was playing that as well. And one day I walked into a used game store, bought a couple of games with trade-in, right? Like we always did when we were kids. Mistakes, right? And I bought a copy of SMT Persona, the first game. Now, I was a little young. I played it a little bit. Didn't enjoy it that much, to be honest. So I didn't complete it. I didn't play it to completion. Then, was it a year? Yeah, I think it was a year or a year and a half after that I got Persona 3 on PS2. That's where I started like to completion. So that's where I beat Persona 3 for the first time. That was FES. And then in terms of mainline, that was SMT4's launch. Maybe a week or two after launch, just walk into a local game store, said that I was looking for an RPG, and then they suggested SMT4, and that's how I fell in love, like for real, with Atlas games. Went back, played Persona 1, played Persona 4. Then I was highly looking forward to Persona 5. Didn't play much else, strangely enough, before that. P5 released, fell in love with Atlas games again. And then I started like going back and playing like Digital Devil Saga, playing Soul Hacker, Strange Journey, like all the other SMT games that I never played. Persona 2 as well, which is awesome. Yeah, a lot of things, a lot of games that I played after that point. But that was definitely like a big change going forward once I beat Persona 5.
Right on, man. Yeah, like I said, my story was probably the lamest out of everybody so far, and obviously not everybody's went yet, but your guys' is so far all way more interesting than me.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like a lot of people got introduced to Megaten like that. Like, I introduced like a bunch of my friends to Megaten with Persona 4 on Steam, so...
Yeah, I've introduced my my one friend to Persona 4 Golden. Because, I mean, like, when Atlas puts stuff on PC, you open yourself up to a whole new market, as opposed to just only on PlayStation. So,
yeah,
Right,
so
and
many
it's also-
people got into Persona with the Steam port of Persona 4. So many people got into Persona and Atlas JRPGs in general, just from that alone.
yeah.
I think it's a good thing because more people are going to be coming into the fan base. And they're going to be playing more of the games now, so they're going to be sucked in. That's
Yeah.
gonna be really good.
When you port a bunch of the older games onto PC, like, it opens it up, not only because you'll have like the PC player base, you'll also have a bunch of people who don't really have like high-end PCs or play on PC normally downloading the game because it can run on lower end PCs. So it introduces a wider audience than like just keeping it on the older consoles.
Yeah, and why turn down the opportunity for that much money? Like, I know that we all memed about it for a while, like Atlas was never going to do this, and now that they finally did it, maybe they finally come to their senses to just do this forever going forward. But yeah,
I think Atlas, they're making a smart decision because more people are going to be playing the games. The fan is going to grow bigger. More people are going to just be playing more Persona games. If only they ported Persona 2, though, I'd be happy.
yeah, I mean, like, they got to do something with 1 and 2, because if you put that on PC, I'm there in like 2 seconds.
Alright, I'm buying Eternal Punishment. Immediately.
I just actually recently upgraded my PC, so I'm kind of waiting for them to put like as much as possible on PC, so I can just have it on Steam.
Do what else they should do. Like if there's an SMT anniversary, like Please port Digital Devil Saga. Atlas, I beg you.
Port
My
anything.
favorite- Port anything.
I
Like,
mean-
even do Strange Journey. Like, fix the gameplay for it so it can run on PC well, you know? I'd play it immediately. I love Strange Journey. Redux is kind of but the OG one I will play.
Yeah, like LaRue says, what about Jack Bros? And I think they should also port Jack Bros
Yeah,
too.
Jack Bros
Port
is the
everything.
game that should port first.
I mean, sure, why the hell not?
Oh, Rado Kuzunoha. They should probably port some of those Rado Kuzunoha games too.
I mean, I love Raidu.
Yeah,
Obviously, you can.
Rado Kuzunoha games and Digital Devil Saga needs ports ASAP.
Bro, I mean, like, imagine how sick Raidu would be on PC. Or, I mean, anything for that matter.
Exactly. Yeah, it'd be really smooth. You got mods on there too to like, enhance the experience. There's a lot of creativity they could do.
Because unless you happen to have, like, a older system that can capture footage, like, there's only one other way that you can do that. You know? So,
Right.
Sail the seas, like me.
sail the seven
Alright.
seas.
Yes.
Devil Summoner 1 needs support too? Yeah, that's actually right. I agree with you there. Oh, man.
They're currently translating the PSP version, though.
But they are.
So I don't know how far in they are, but that's going down right now. It's CJ Ikaruga, if I recall correctly, but I'm not sure about the name. Sorry. if
Oh
I
yeah,
explained
yeah,
it.
he is working on that.
Yeah, he's working on the PSP board. Last time he streamed it, he seemed pretty far
that-
in.
was that
so
Tom?
I'm looking for it. I'm not sure about the real name. Sorry.
I just thought his name was Tom on Twitter. My memory's kind of fuzzy on who did it. Because I remember that there's, like, a few different translation teams that do that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. But I think this year is a great time to be like a JRPG fan, or as a gaming fan in general. There's so many good stuff coming out for JRPGs. There's any games. It's an
Agreed.
amazing time. An
Absolutely.
amazing time to be a
Like-
gamer.
Like, we were talking about how bad this year sucks to be a gamer in terms of paying out the ass, but think of next
But
year.
it's gonna be way more expensive. Way more.
Yeah, I mean, like, because we got Persona Portable, and then we got P4G coming out next year, and then
I mean, I doubt they'll be full price, right?
well, isn't Persona 5
No
Royal full
way.
price on Steam?
They ain't
Well,
going to
Persona
charge
5
$50-$60 for P4G.
Yeah.
No,
Not P4G, P5R. They could.
5R.
Right.
they
Right.
I know we cannot look at like Japanese prices to compare with our price, but if I look at just for discussion purposes, it's 10,000 yen for P5R, so that's about $20 over 60 Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So
pretty cheap.
it's
it would be-
probably 60 in Japan, I would assume, but I don't know. I can
We'll
see
see if
Atlas
we get
pulling a
50.
full price for real.
We're lucky if we get 50.
Probably, yeah.
We'll be
But
very
I'll
lucky.
pay 60. I'll pay 60 for a Switch version for sure.
What a simp.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't we technically all simps in one way or
Yes.
another here?
I'm buying
They are.
3 copies of P5R when it comes
3
out, when the ports
copies,
come out,
ooh.
so I
I'm
don't
gonna buy
care.
3 copies of Persona 3. You guys know this. I'm gonna buy 3
Yeah,
copies.
I think I'm the only one excited for Persona 3 Portable, even though I personally
Oh,
prefer
yeah.
Persona 4 and 5. Like 3
Yeah,
Portable being ported, I think is so much smarter than
Don't they
FAT. I
should've
know
ported
that's a
them?
hot take, but I just want to mention that.
Should have just ported all the Persona 3 games though. It'd be much better like a bundle.
I think portable coming to Steam is fine, cause like I can understand like portable. Portable has like more of the quality of life features. I don't think the visual novel style is that big a deal.
Yeah.
I think
agree.
the main reason people hate on it is because Megaten fans can't read. But you know that's neither here nor there.
Or,
I
or
mean,
understand
honestly,
emotion.
Persona 3 Portable coming to Switch is probably the most fitting thing. So
It is.
I'm
Yeah,
not
all the
hating.
Switch fans are happy. Yeah, all of them are happy. All the Switch fans.
Okay, but hear me out, guys. Like,
It's portable.
I might get dragged for this, but I actually like FES, and I wish that would have came over Portable. But I'm not going to be
Same,
picky.
but I'm not mad about it. Like I also
Honestly-
prefer FES, but you know I'm not like I'm fine with portable getting ported. But like I do kinda sort of deep down wish that it was FES.
Yeah,
Not gonna fuss over it though. Like you know it's Persona 3. Like I still like it.
It's a great game, yeah. I think they should just put it all in one bundle though. Like the original, like vanilla, then portable, then fast, like all in one bundle. I'd buy that instantly.
I get the implications of why people hate FES too, but just to me, like, what the other things that are brought into it has more positives than negatives, in my opinion. You know, but that's, like I said, that's me.
Fast is fast. Yeah, fast ain't for everyone though. It's not for everyone, definitely.
I've got the party mod for Fez and the HD mods installed on my Steam Deck for Fez. I'm good.
I think Persona 3 Portable is probably be the same price as Persona 4 Golden on Steam. That's probably what we should expect.
Like 40
Yeah,
bucks?
yeah.
50 bucks?
Like, same price.
It's
It won't be
definitely
less.
it's definitely
It'll
gonna
the
be
same.
pretty cheap.
It ain't going to be over 30, I wouldn't think.
No, it's not gonna be 30 over 30 USD.
No.
What
There's
about
no
this?
way.
What about this $10 extra for the console versions?
I could see that,
Maybe.
especially on
I could
Switch.
see that.
I can see
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You just spoke that into
I would
existence.
pay
I hope you
an
know.
extra $10
Yep.
not to have the answer.
See, and I'm like, man, I wish I had the answer. But I get your point, though. I get your point. I do.
On
Did you
YouTube.
beat the answer? Did you beat it?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was expecting a no, but okay, that's fine. If
I'm
you
saying-
beat it before, that's good.
I'm saying I get why people hate it, but just to me,
Okay.
it's like I know exactly why people hate it, but it's just to me, it's like okay,
Yeah,
I enjoy both
I
and
thought,
their
I
own
thought,
things.
I
Story
thought, I thought,
perspective.
I thought the answer was like fine. Like it's like obviously it's not going to be as good as the base game, but like
yeah.
still,
but it's just
I think it's kind of overhated to an extent. Like
It is
it's sort of
overhated.
just memed on.
I don't know about that. I really think they did a disservice to the characters that they built up throughout the whole main game and how they just made them crumble completely in the answer. But
Really? Because I think they did a pretty good job with Junpei, but like, well, don't want to start a
yeah, we're not going to
tangent
go
here,
too
but
deep
you know.
into a tangent. But I do want to mention how I got into SMT.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
Well, I got into SMT through Strange Journey, actually, on the DS. I went to GameStop one day and I traded games in, as David mentioned before, bringing that up. I used to do that all the time, too much. Wish I never did it. But that was how I got into Atlas JRPGs as a whole, and that was through Strange Journey, and I loved it. From there, I actually played SMT 3 Nocturne, then played SMT 4 SMT 4 on the DS, and then from there, I played Persona 5, and that was my first time getting into Persona. I did all the SMT first, and then got into Persona. From there, I did Persona 4 Golden, then Persona 5 Royal. Then I continued with my backwards trek. I then played Persona 4 regular vanilla. Then I did Persona 3 Fess, and then I played Persona 4 Arena and Arena Ultimax. And then I went into the older, before Neo, went to the duology, and then to Persona 1. And Persona 1, I know, David, you weren't that fond of it, but I personally think it's really good. Story-wise, I actually didn't think it was that bad. Gameplay, it's archaic, of course, but I think it's good for what it is and what it stood for at the time. And can't go wrong with Atlas from then till now. Honestly, if I had to pick which game is my favorite, just like you, Snarf, as well as some of the other homies here, Persona 4 Golden is my favorite Atlas JRPG, and out of all the games from SMT and Mega 10 as a whole, if you're picking just SMT, I would probably say Strange Journey is still my favorite SMT game. So, for me, it's definitely a wild journey how I got into it, a little bit different than most, but especially with the pattern I went with all my games. But I really want to get into Digital Devil Saga. That's what I want to get into next, personally. And I can't wait for when Portable comes out.
DDS 2 is like such, I don't know, to me it's such an original thing that they did with that. For a spin-off, it feels way more creative than some of the other things.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Spitting.
Big spin. But yeah, that was how I personally got into Mega 10 as well as SMT as a whole.
How about you, Bubbletea? I don't think you've gone yet.
All right. So
Oh, and the Persona
Okay.
dancing games. I completely forgot. That was the room.
Oh, I
Can't
forgot about
forget the
those too.
Persona dancing games.
Dancing games. Oh, yeah.
And of course, Strikers and whatever. All of that.
Strikers is godlike. Strikers is godlike. I still have to beat the game.
Yeah.
I honestly like Strikers more than I should.
Strikers.
Gameplay is
mid.
addictive, though. I like
It's
the
pretty
gameplay.
good.
Give me your shit, bro.
sorry guys, I haven't played the dancing games or Strikers.
Dancing's a
Gotta
good
play
game.
Strikers.
The
At
dancing games are good.
At least play P4D. P4D is goated.
P4D
Wait,
is
but, like,
goated.
okay,
love
you have to play that on either the Vita or you have to like buy this really expensive like
No,
I
it's
would
not.
say
what the
It's only
3-pack for
$19.99 on
PS4.
sale. $19.99 on
Or-
sale.
Wait, did it go on sale? Huh?
It
Alright,
goes
it
on
is.
sale a
It
lot.
goes on sale a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
It goes on
Bubbletea,
sale for $20
digitally.
and it's worth it for P4D itself.
But if you want physical, it's going to be
P3D ain't
harder.
that bad. Come on, P3D ain't that bad. P5D
But yeah,
is horrible.
Persona dancing games are fire.
I didn't really like P5 dancing that much. P4 was better, and it
Yeah,
has.
I think
P5
P4
is better than P3 though. Hot take when it comes to the
Hey,
dancing.
Bubbletea, just so you know, if you're interested in the digital version, because it's really hard to find a new copy of P5D and P3D for cheap with
Here,
the P4D code, it goes on sale regularly. That whole collection for like $16 on PS4.
Yeah, it goes on
Alright,
sale
interesting.
a lot.
I'll DM you next time it goes on sale.
On the topic
Alrighty,
of
alrighty,
spin-offs,
thanks.
On the topic of spin-offs, because that was spin-off. Favorite spin-off, SMT spin-off, top 5.
My favorite top 5 spin-offs, you said?
Yeah, for like SMT, no.
I mean, I haven't played all them, but like Strikers is really good.
Does Devil Survivor count?
Yeah, I guess. Okay,
Or-
kind of.
Well, then Devil Survivor.
Like I just haven't played all them, so I can't rank them all.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put all 3 of the dancing games, then Arena Ultimax, and I'm trying to think what I could put for the 5th slot.
Oh,
Off the top of my
you just reminded me of something, Vcipz. Like with Arena Ultimax, I was so excited to play that on PC, and then every time I went online, I just could
No
not
one
get a
was
single match.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the netcode's horrible. The netcode's
Yeah.
horrible. Until they
It's
added
Arena.
rollback.
I mean, they added rollback now. So.
Yeah, because the Arc System works. The Arc System works.
Yeah, they should have did it day
right now.
one instead of,
They,
dragging it on.
I honestly would have been fine if they delayed the game for rollback.
Exactly. It was rushed. It was pretty rushed. All the hype was going over the roof.
I mean,
Both
my-
communities,
Yeah,
like the
I just
FTC
got a
and the
physical
Florida
from
community.
PlayAsia. Like, I got my physical copy from PlayAsia, and I have no plans to open it.
Really?
Yeah, I already played it back in the day. I don't need to play it again. And especially with no one online. With no one online, there's no point.
Yeah, the only way
It's
to
just
find
good as a
matches is
collector's
through-
piece. I might as well
yeah.
keep it sealed, you know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah,
you
the only way to find matches though is through Discords and whatnot.
Yeah, and there's a few people I know that stream it on Twitch still, like, and that's all
Yeah.
they stream. I forgot what the channel's name is off the top of my head.
I think I remember it was I forgot. I follow him on Twitter. I can't remember. They do a lot of Ultimax content, the FTC and whatnot.
Yeah.
Ultimax is really fun. I just.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
No,
wish they delayed it.
I'm not saying it's not a bad game.
You just
it's
gotta
one of my
use-
favorite side games. It's one of my favorite side games.
yeah, which let's expand on Raman's point too. What is everybody else's favorite spin-off game? Because we were talking
I
about
mean-
mainline basically.
I mean,
Yeah,
for me, it's Devil Survivor. I mean, it's my first one, and I
Yeah.
like SRPGs. The maps are amazing. Music's amazing. I like the games are near perfect for me. So
Yeah,
Me,
Devil
my
Survivor is
number one-
good.
But,
Digital Devil Saga for me.
Yeah,
but digital
DDS is
DDS
good.
will always be number one.
I feel like
Was
once
not-
I actually finish
was-
DDS, it will be my number one. I'm not there yet, and it'll probably take me a while.
For me, it's gonna be like DDS one. No, from our DDS one to DDS two, P4A. I didn't really finish the story because I'm more of a course when it comes to fighting games. Of course, I
Right.
play a lot of Guilty Gear, like competitively. So I'm gonna be more sucked into the gameplay. So in terms of story, I think it was okay. I played the P3 side. I was like, eh. Played the P4 and I was like, I think it's okay. They kind of wrapped up the arcs for a lot of these characters. It was a good send off.
It
In terms
was.
of gameplay, I love it. I am. It's like a mix between Guilty Gear and BlazBlue, but they also have their own thing to it. It's like once you go deep into it, I'm gonna sound like a nerd and everything. Of course, people that
You're
watch
worried about
the
sounding
channel-
like a nerd right now. Come on, man. Who cares?
Yeah, it's like when it comes to like
We're on a
competitive
live
fighting games-
stream full of Megaten fans right now,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Like,
nothing more nerdy than that.
IRL, I really know nobody that knows about Megaten, which is sad.
My boss asked me what game I was playing, and I told him, and he was like, "What the hell's that?"
Like in terms of P4 competitively, I just think the gameplay is so mechanically rich. It's like once you get into the high level, like I was like people like Lord Knight, all these competitive players that played a lot of Arc System Works games, like the game mechanically is just it's so interesting to like watch and learn. Cause I'm someone that likes to learn a lot of new stuff, so I'll take in that knowledge, I'll just apply it to my own stuff and see how I want to improve and everything. It's just I just love competitive gaming. This is me.
Yeah,
It's like the big mind games
I
that,
mean,
that are applied.
Yeah, I mean, Ramen, you know, I used to be a competitive fighting game person too at once upon a time, but that's not my scene anymore. But I totally know what you're coming from, though.
Because you already know me, I play, like, I still be competing in tournaments, I still be making guides for, like, Testament or Happy Chaos for Guilty Gear Strive, which I love that game.
Strive is so good.
I love it, bro. Even though it's like, I don't mind Strive, I think it's a good game, but I prefer Exord. Like, Persona 4 Arena, it's like a mix between Guilty Gear and Persona, the gameplay. It's so mechanically rich, I love it. It's
Yeah,
just
I
so
mean, like,
deep.
thankfully the inputs are not as bad as Street Fighter because I feel like I'm just garbage at Street Fighter 5.
One thing I just don't like about Persona 4 Arena is the auto combos. I just don't like auto combos in general. It's just mad scrubby. It's really
let's
scrubby.
be honest here for a quick second though. Street Fighter 5 is pretty shit.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, they fixed the game now. They fixed the game now though with the patches.
But
But
I'm
Luke is still
comparing
hard.
it to other Street Fighters though. Let's be honest here.
Street Fighter
Street
Uh,
Fighter
Street
4,
Fighter-
Street Fighter 4 Ultra, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street
Alpha
Fighter
2,
3 even,
Alpha 2.
the classic Street Fighter, Alpha 2. Yeah, like, come on, there's so many games that are better than 5.
They were all
I
better
love
than
Street
5.
Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2 is my favorite one. Just saying.
And another
Can
spin-off.
we get Akihiko in Street Fighter 6?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well,
you
another spin-off was I think was Soul Hackers 1. I know people don't. I know Soul Hackers 1 is kind of a mixed bag. I know Tony hates it though. I'm
really good.
surprised.
Yeah, Tony called
Yeah.
it Soul Crappers, I believe, didn't he?
Like, go Tony,
Bruh.
yo, you
Yeah.
gotta hate the game, bro.
Like I get it. Like I saw his video on it, and you know, like it's not like I understand. Like it's definitely not my favorite, but you know, there are a lot of things to
Revolutionary.
like
It was
about it
It
though.
was really
It
revolutionary.
aged a little bit. Like some of the mechanics are extremely crusty. So if you go back now, you never touched it before. It's rough. Yeah, same thing. I get it.
But
You're
you
really
can say
crusty.
that about. Yeah. He says you're really crusty. I think that's a good burn. I would know
Soul
though.
Hackers 1. It was something magical. That game was magical first time.
But I mean,
When they released-
going back to the crusty mechanics, you can even say that about any of the 3DS games because it's like
Exactly,
it's limited by the hardware and
Yeah,
what the 3DS
yeah, the
really
hardware, yeah.
is.
Yeah, the 3DS was very limiting for a lot of games.
And you can even make that case now with the Switch because it's like, oh well, they made it on Switch and it's being held back in some ways. Like I had an issue with
I
frame
kinda-
rate.
Yeah, I kind of wish they kind of ported some Switch games to console though, like for PC, like SMT5 on
I
PC.
still
was
have hope.
amazing. Yeah, I wanted to play SMT5 on PC. I still.
If
I still need to
SMT5
beat
is
it.
not on
It's
PC at some
definitely
point,
gonna happen
I will be very
eventually.
sad.
I promise you guys, it will definitely happen eventually.
It'll happen soon. At some
'Cause if it
point.
does, I'm gonna be going crazy with the mods.
It was
I'm gonna
in
be
the
playing
NVIDIA
it.
leak.
If it does, then I'll
Definitely
actually
happening.
play it.
Yeah.
PC
Definitely should
Master
have played
Race,
it.
PC
SMT5
Master Race.
gameplay wise was honestly a lot of fun. Story wise, don't even bother. Don't even pay attention.
I mean, yeah, no,
Everything
the
else,
story
music,
is,
gameplay, lore, great.
Yeah.
I just like running around, man. Like you run super
Oh yeah,
fast.
the game looks beautiful though. The game looks really beautiful.
Okay,
Okay,
so-
but can SMT6 go back to dungeon crawling though?
The dungeons in
I don't
SMT5
want-
were a huge disappointment. Huge
Yeah.
I
disappointment.
agree.
There were two
I
of 'em.
agree.
Yes.
There were
Yeah,
And
they
the
two
only-
weren't that good, to be honest.
And I'm not saying this because I've played it. I'm saying this because I literally watched Snarf play like pretty much the entire ass game, and I was watching it and I was like, dude, there are only 2 dungeons in this game. What?
Yeah.
You're like, this is the whole game?
Yeah, I
there's-
told him
there's
that
only two.
I told him I was like, you're gonna be really disappointed when you see this, but there's only like 2 dungeons and one is a fucking wind puzzle.
Which
The
they
wind puzzle
nerfed,
was
by
so
the way,
annoying.
which they nerfed, which I think that's still insane to me.
Yeah,
that they
like I
nerfed
played it and
that.
I was like, why does that need nerfed? Like that wasn't even hard.
I mean, for me, like, yeah, the dungeons were like really kind of bad, but Dot made up for it. I absolutely loved running around. I'll say that every single time I talk about SMT5, I love the exploration in the game. And I think it makes up for
So like
some of the.
just my thought on that too though, Vish, is like if they do end up doing this with Persona 6, they gotta not half-ass it because it seems like they wanted to do one thing and then they kind of switched up and did something else.
Yeah,
like,
no, I
mid-development.
agree. I just think that SMT5 is like a stepping stone for future titles that introduce like, I guess, open world elements to it. Because if they just take what Dot did and then improve the dungeon design a lot more, and then add an actual story, like it would be great.
Yeah, like I feel like I need dungeons if I'm playing Shin Megami Tensei. It doesn't.
No, I mean, no, I understand. It's
Which is the same argument was had with when Breath of the Wild came out with Zelda. The exact same argument. Where are my dungeons? I don't want shrines. Then
Right, yeah.
literally
Makes
the same
sense.
thing on Mega 10 Twitter. Why is this? Why is there only 2? And why am I just spelunking on mountains? You know, like it was cool. It was cool to be able to explore because that they themselves were setting themselves up for something bigger in the future. But we're not going to know that until we even know that there's an announcement for Persona 6, and then even then we're not going to get gameplay for God knows how long.
I mean, you don't even know if they're gonna adopt anything that they improved in SMT5 and in Persona 6.
Bro, we know we can get the Persona 1 remake everyone's been clamoring for, huh?
I want a Persona 2 remake, but that's just
That's
me.
not happening. Yeah, that's not happening.
Atlas hates Persona 1 and 2. It's obvious, guys.
Well, at
Of
least
course,
with
that's
two-
exactly the reason.
At least if 1 though, it's one game. With 2, if they have to remake that, they have to literally remake part 1 of the Duology of Innocent Sin, and then a separate remake with
No,
part 2.
I think they could.
You guys want them to
both
do-
in one.
You think it's? I don't know. I don't know. if
Or
they would do
they
that.
could just remake it, then put it into one game.
I don't
Yeah,
see.
that's what I think they could do. I think it's very plausible.
Logistically,
know.
can they handle that? Is the question. Logistically,
No,
can they handle
they
that?
cannot.
Do you trust them to do that?
No.
No, I do not. No, absolutely
That's
not.
why I'm wondering why anyone else would.
I just want them to port it. To be honest, I don't trust them to remake.
It'd be much easier. Just
Oh,
cost
of
them less
course.
money.
The port will take them 2 seconds. Like
Exactly.
But
So
as we know with a
Gotta
lot of
fix the
developers,
frame rate.
it's very hard to port things, even though it seems very simple.
Nocturne HD moment,
Oh yeah.
God.
I heard the frame rates on Switch. I think for Nocturne is heard that.
and on PS4.
On all the versions.
I
initially,
played it
yeah,
on
was
PS4
terrible.
and I thought that I was having an aneurysm when the lights
yeah,
flickered.
it happened on
I got-
the Switch version and PC version for me.
So, a funny story. I imported the Switch version from Japan when it first released in Japan, and the frame rate was terrible. But luckily, it came with some calendar thing that made up for the price. And then I bought it on PS4, and the frame rate was still kind of bad. So, it was. I thought it was a Switch thing.
Isn't it like 30 frames per second? I think on Switch. 30 frames per second.
It dipped a lot.
So like even lower. Oh, oh
Yeah.
boy, it's unplayable. Man. It's
We're
basically
talking about the
unplayable.
Nintendo Switch here, so
Oh, yeah.
such
Very
things
well.
are not out of the realm
No,
of
even
possibility.
on well,
It
on the
happens pretty
PS4, it also happened, but not as often. But still pretty
Pretty
often.
Okay, now that we've went way off tangent, but it was a good off topic. But I need to know how Bubbletea got into Shin Megami Tensei and content creation.
Okay. So, all right. Let me think. All right. So I guess where it all really started was my freshman year of college. I just got a new laptop that could it's a gaming laptop, gaming quote unquote.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of dated now, but back then, like I thought it was pretty good. Like I could definitely run way more stuff than I could like on the laptop I had before that, which like basically died. So instead of getting like normal ass PC games like a sane person would, I was just like, wait, I could emulate like old PS2 games because like I always wanted to play PS2 games growing up, but I had an Xbox, so I couldn't play any of the cool JRPGs that I wanted to. So for a while I was on that Kingdom Hearts grind. I played I played 1 Chain of Memories and then Kingdom Hearts 2, and like somewhere down along the line, I saw my friend sitting next to me. He also had the PS2 emulator because I showed him how to use it. He was playing some other game. I see the all-out attack animation for Persona 3, and I'm like, yo, that game looks pretty cool. I ask him, hey, what is that game? He's like, oh, it's Persona 3. And I'm like, oh, I'll keep that in mind. And that was kind of it for a while. It wasn't until the next year when Persona 5, I start seeing Persona 5 videos in my YouTube recommendations. I start seeing a ton of people talking about it. I'm like, Persona, I think that's like the game that my friend was playing, but it was like an older game. And then I didn't have a PS4 at the time, so I was just like, all right, I'll just emulate Persona 3 FES. So I played the first 2 in-game months of that game, and I'm like, this is good, I guess. It's all right. But then like once you get past like the first 2 months of a Persona game, everything after that, it just like everything after that, it just hooks you. At least that's the experience I've had with all the modern Persona games, I guess you would call them. So after I played Persona 3, I was just like, holy fucking shit, that was good. Because like,
Yeah.
like I was starting to get a little worn out on turn-based RPGs because like I've been playing them for like ever since I was like a wee lad playing Pokemon, and then like, you know, Final Fantasy on the GBA and all that shit. And then like even after I beat Kingdom Hearts, I was just starting to get a little worn out on JRPGs. But then like Persona and Megaten just sort of like introduced the whole genre in a light that I never really expected to enjoy. Because like before I played Persona 3, I was like I was very strictly like JRPGs should be like in a fantasy setting or whatever, that kind of thing. But like Persona 3 completely changed my mind on that. Like, you know, the modern setting, it can work. So after I beat Persona 3, I played Persona 4, the original, because I didn't have a Vita, so I just emulated the PS2 version. And then after that, I played Persona 3 Portable, and then I was like, all right, cool. I'm hearing about these other Shin Megami Tensei games. Let's try some of those. I played Devil Survivor, and I was like, wow, that was really good. Then I played Nocturne. Then I played the Persona Q games. And you might be wondering why I put off Persona 5 for so long. That's because, like, I noticed there was a Persona 3 FES. I noticed there was a Persona 4 Golden. And then I'm looking at Persona 5, people are telling me to buy it, and I'm just like, you know, I have a feeling that maybe I should wait. So I waited until Persona 5 Royal came out. So I finally played that. And then after I beat Persona 5 Royal, I was just like, man, I gotta play, man, I need to play more Megaten games. I was just like, it was like an addiction at that point. I was like, okay, I played Persona 1. I played Persona 2, and then I played SMT 4. A couple other games, SMT 1. Like, I'm basically just going down the whole list. And then, like, the most recent one I played was the DDS duology. And, like, dude, DDS is fucking peak, by the way. If you haven't played it, go play it. That is not a request. That is an order.
Demand.
That is a demand.
It is a demand.
And as for content creation, I never really planned on making videos like when I first started playing the games. It wasn't until like the pandemic hit and we were all basically stuck inside that I was just kind of like, you know, I was watching all these other Megaten YouTubers, and you know, like no offense to my Megaten to my fellow Megaten content creators who might be watching this, but like a lot of the stuff I was watching, like they all tended to like sort of say the same stuff, like the same opinions, same criticisms, and I was just like, you know, I wanted to like throw my own thoughts in there because like my views they differ quite a bit from a lot of other people, at least I like to think. But like as I started posting more videos, like it's like, oh, you know, other people they kind of like they get me. Most of them fucking don't, but you know, quite a few of them get me. And I guess I never really started making content with the intent of like getting big off it, so to speak. That just sort of became a goal as I like started gaining traction. The initial goal from the beginning was just to like getting to meet people and talk to more people who were into Megaten, because like, you know, like I'm not in college anymore. I don't really talk to most of the people I was friends with in college, really just a couple of them, and like very few people I knew were really into Megaten to like even begin with. So I was just like, you know, why not? You know, I want to talk to people about this thing I love. I just turned to the internet.
Yeah, and I can.
And here I am today.
Yeah, and I can relate to that too, because like with the whole going back to the whole mythology thing, like I've always been a history buff, and I like learning about philosophy and all that kind of nerdy shit. So as you guys can see, I have a lot of demon videos where I go extremely in depth into all the nuances of mythology and such. So not only does SMT provide great gameplay, but it also gives me the opportunity to teach you about historical events and historical characters that have happened that these games, portray for us. So that's another really cool aspect about this series that not many can replicate.
Yeah, like I had very little interest, if like at all, in like the mythology type of stuff, but just the way that Megami Tensei presented that, just like they just presented it in an interesting way, and like there's so much diversity in the demon variation and all that. So yeah, like I ended up learning a thing or two about mythology that I wasn't expecting to.
Yeah, but the coolest thing too is that the devs took such time to actually like research this shit and like know what makes sense in the context of a video game and do it well. Like that, they must have taken, I don't know what they were doing. Were they just sitting around like having beers and like, you know what, we should just try this. This sounds pretty awesome. I'd like to know how it all, started with Atlas, with their design team. I don't know if anybody even knows that.
That would be so interesting.
Oh, yeah. How they all started. How
Yeah.
they actually, that'd be really interesting.
Like-
The history.
Like we need to get somebody in touch with like Kaneko or something, right?
I just want to know how they decided to design Krishna like that in SMT4. Hey,
Yeah, like speaking from like a mythological standpoint, that's not really right, but
Yeah.
no, I mean I'm Hindu as well, so I know it's not right, but
Yeah, a lot of the
fucking
older
cool.
designs. A lot of the older designs. I mean, some of them were whack. Some of them were cool. I was kind of 50-50 about the older designs. The newer designs, though, when it comes to like SMT5, they're amazing. In my opinion, compared to the older designs.
all right. So another thing I actually wanted to talk about in the stream too is if you guys feel comfortable, what projects do you have coming up?
Who wanna
before
go
we
first?
before we do that, did King go?
Okay. Is he?
I believe King
Oh, I
won
think
already.
Oh, he did?
Did he?
No, he didn't.
I
Did
don't,
he?
I
Oh, he
don't
didn't?
remember.
I don't think he did.
I
Because
swear.
I'm pretty sure I know what his first video was, and like I definitely would
I
have
was
like
there, yeah.
remembered
Yeah, I was
him
there too.
saying that.
Yeah. I was there too.
I'm
I think he
tripping.
has
I'm
it.
sorry.
Oh, King, bro, you there? I think you're the next one.
Sorry, my cats were on the table. I had to go get them
The
down.
cat. With the cat.
The cats.
Yeah, Bootsy and Ellie just need to learn manners. Don't you, Bootsy?
Yeah.
Don't you, Bootsy? How I got into SMT. It's a weird story. Years ago, I only played like sports games and everything, and then on a whim, and just so you know, before that, the only like anime, any Japanese products I like watched or read was Yu-Gi-Oh, and that was when I was a kid. So, didn't really play any. I had never played any RPGs growing up. It was pretty much sports games and like Guitar Hero, Rock Band. I just saw someone did a video on Yakuza 0 that I saw on YouTube, and I thought it looked really fun. And so I bought it for $50 on a whim. Absolutely loved it. Played the entire Yakuza series. Well, started to play the entire Yakuza series after that. And then I researched, what should you play if you enjoyed Yakuza? And people are like, oh, Persona 5. And so played Persona 5. Absolutely loved it. Played P3 FES after that, P4G, and then right back to P5R. I mean, it was Yakuza 0 that got me into Japanese culture, RPGs, and
That's
everything.
amazing. Yakuza 0 is amazing.
I haven't ever. I bought Yakuza 0 for $5, and I still have not gotten the chance to play it yet.
I played like an hour of Yakuza 0 and then just bought the rest of the games.
It's such a fucking amazing game, and for someone that has who never played an RPG in their life, only like watched Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid and saw a few clips of like the One Piece dub and DBZ growing up, and that was like a whole new world opened up to me. How I
What is
got
that?
into content creation, I don't fucking know why I did it. I remember seeing some of LaRue's videos. I remember seeing some of David's videos on some stuff, and I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to make videos since I was a kid, especially like Guitar Hero stuff, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. Bought me a $550 quote-unquote gaming laptop that I still use right now to do all my content. I'm on it right now, and just started doing it. I mean, it's fun. I've always wanted to do it, so.
Nice.
That is a great story.
It's great that it started from Yakuza. That's a
Yeah.
fitting end.
Yes.
Yakuza, where it all started. You should make a video about that.
I've said it on just many fucking occasions that that's the thing that really got me into Japanese culture. Now, not just RPGs or anything, but I mean it's just such an amazing game, and I can't talk about my love of Megaten without first talking about how Yakuza 0 got me into everything.
See, now, I used to watch a lot of anime when I was younger. Like, I watched DBZ, Vampire Hunter D, Hellsing, like, all those ones, so...
Those animes goated.
Yeah,
I mean, For me, Yakuza 0 got me into action games. Like, after playing Yakuza 0, I started playing Devil May Cry and Bayonetta and, like, just a bunch of action games after it.
Now that I look about it, when I googled what game should I play if I like Yakuza 0, why the fuck did someone recommend me Persona 5?
I don't
That's
know.
what I was about to ask. Like,
I
that's
have
super
no
different.
clue.
Because they're both Japanese, obviously.
yeah.
They both take
My
place in
girlfriend.
Japan.
My girlfriend, who we're actually about to celebrate 7 years of dating in less than a week, but her favorite game of all time,
Congrats.
Here,
her
here.
favorite
Congrats.
game of all time was Persona 3. And I
Hey,
remember,
let's go.
yeah, I know. Fez though, Fez.
Oh, fast.
Yeah, Fest. That's the way to
Fez,
go.
yes. Good choice.
But I remember when Persona 5 first came out, and she wanted it so bad, and she didn't have a job, and I was working part-time job, trying to getting done with school and everything, and she just really wanted it, and so I got her the Steelbook back when. If you were an Amazon Prime member, you got 20% off if you pre-ordered a video game. So I got the Persona 5 Steelbook for her for like $48, and
Dope.
Damn.
funny story, I actually tried it once because I'm like, okay, this looks pretty cool. I like the art style, I dig it, and I played like an hour of it and can't really get into it. Then I went to Walmart a few months later, bought it again for $50, couldn't get into it. There was a free controller skin that came with it for your PS4 controller I gave to my girlfriend. I returned the game. Then I tried it for a third time after that when it went on sale for like $11 on PSN and loved it. I don't know what it was about that third time, but I just couldn't put it down.
You played Yakuza. That's what it was. See? It all comes
Yakuza.
full circle.
Yakuza, the greatest game.
Without Yakuza and my girlfriend being into Persona before all this, because she played Persona 3 FES when it first came out. She even had DDS and Nocturne on her PS2. So, I mean, without her, I wouldn't be into it either. She actually was like, I don't think you would like the games at all. I don't think you should play them.
Damn.
That's tough.
You
That's
play
tough.
them?
Just imagine if you never did.
Now, huh? Oh, what
Just-
is it, huh?
Just be glad that one guy gave you a bad recommendation.
I'm like, I don't know why the fuck they said play Persona 5 if you enjoyed Yakuza 0.
That made no sense.
Is that, yeah.
I have noticed some overlap. Like I know a lot of my Persona loving friends also like Yakuza for some reason. I haven't played it yet.
Hey, there's got to be something. I have no clue.
Maybe because they're both Sega. That's why they're both.
They're
Sega.
just
That's
good for what
probably
they're
it.
just both great for Western audiences. There's an appeal there.
Oh, you
Or they're
like
just,
Devil
or
May
they're
Cry?
just both great games. Let's just be honest. They're just both great.
Right.
Great
Yeah.
series.
Yakuza is fantastic. It really is.
Oh,
Subscribe
you
to
like-
Macho Bros.
Yep.
That's
But
such
yeah,
a
King's
weird
girlfriend is goated.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, she is. She is.
Thank you.
Hey, No. We're talking about my main girl, not the side one here.
Oh, damn.
Ooh, damn. Could I call
Oh,
him?
No comment.
Now get back under the desk.
he got you there. He got you there. All right, so I wanted to sort of wrap things up with some projects and some streams that we're all working on, just to let everybody know what to expect from us going forward. That way, if there's new viewers, both not only to my channel but to your guys' channel, let them know what to expect.
So who's gonna go first?
Soul Hackers 2 review this week.
Boom.
Can't say that.
Sign up to be a member.
Oh, what a coincidence! I also have a Soul Hackers video planned. I mean, like I'm only just reaching the end of the game now, so I'm probably not going to be able to get a video out on release day. But like that's fine. That's fine.
I may have a video coming out Friday as well, but it might get. There might be 1,000 other ones, so I don't expect it to do well.
Yeah.
There might be
Yeah,
young
You're
Quink.
gonna do great. All your
Maybe.
reviews are gonna be amazing.
Don't
But
worry,
like,
I'll
but like
do
Soul,
Sharing
but like
all.
Soul Hackers 2 aside though, like after Soul Hackers 2, like I was gonna make a video on Persona 4. That was the original plan, Persona 4. But then I just got the review code for Soul Hackers 2 because Nam's Compendium, cool guy by the way, love him. He was just telling me like, hey, if you wanna get Soul Hackers 2, you could get a review code for it. And I was just like, whatever, I'll try to get a review code. And then I just like,
He's got it.
So
I got it, and I wasn't really expecting to, is the thing. Cause like I'm fucking nobody, man.
Well, I mean, I'm a nobody too. It's okay.
So, Bubbletea, what's the Persona 4 video about? Because I'm very interested in that.
Oh, Persona 4. Well, it's mostly just gonna be like a retrospective type video, like my
Nice.
Persona 3 one. But it's going to be a bit more like I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Persona 4. Like there's a lot that I love about it, but then there are also some things that I'm just like not that I necessarily hate them, but more just like I don't know why people will like defend these specific things about the game,
Right.
or why people will, and also just like a lot of things surrounding Persona 4 are like a pain to talk about, mostly because of the fandom. I'm not gonna bring it up because
I know.
if I bring up the
I know exactly what you're talking
if I
about.
bring, if I
I know,
bring
yep.
up the topic,
No
if
idea
I
what
bring
you're
up the
talking about.
topic,
Dude,
Yep.
just save
The
it.
I'm
best
just gonna leave it at that.
character in Persona 4 Marie.
Dude.
No.
You know what? Yes,
No.
No.
that is exactly it.
Marie,
Bubbletea, I actually got a question for you. Since you haven't played P4D, thoughts on Rise?
I like Rise. Why?
I didn't really like her in Persona 4 and Persona 4 Golden, but P4D just totally, I did a 180 on her character because that's basically her story, and it's really fucking good.
Persona
Alright,
4,
cool.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, yeah, they kind of did fix the story and everything. I don't mind.
And,
now
and
Toga
then
Zero-
Persona
now
4,
Toga-
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax also helped
Oh,
me
yeah.
like Adachi even more.
Oh, yeah, Adachi, I always will love Adachi.
I loved him in the base game, but I also in Arena Ultimax he just sort of cemented it.
All right,
I
so
thought Adachi was just kind of all right in the original, but then I played Golden, and then like they had his social link too, and
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah,
accomplice ending too. That made me
Yeah.
like him a lot better.
Yeah, no, I agree. Golden,
It did.
they fixed a lot.
I like Golden. I just don't like Marie. I'm sorry. People
Yeah.
that are watching, I
Right,
But
all right.
Marie sucks.
don't like
hear me out. Hear me out. I think Yukiko is the best one.
Yukiko,
Respectable.
Yeah,
Respectable.
yeah.
Yukiko is
I'll
the
say
best
that,
one for the
respectable.
first 20 hours you're playing the game. After the first 20 hours you play the game, Yukiko's done.
no, Yukiko's good, but Naoto? Come on, yo.
Yukiko's a great healer. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, she was in my team
She's
the entire time.
insane. Oh my
Yep.
god.
Yeah,
She,
I don't know. I thought Yukiko's social link was pretty good, or it was
Yeah.
it was
I
it was pretty
agree.
alright.
It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's not as bad as some of the Persona 3 ones for sure.
Like
But
okay, don't get me
Naoto-
wrong. I like
I think a lot. I think some of the, or no.
waifu.
I think a good like handful or maybe even 2 handfuls of like the Persona 3 social links are kind of underrated, but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah,
You're gonna say the
that could be a
opposite.
whole nother. Yeah, we could just go on for hours about that.
Yep. But speaking of Persona 4, I mean, we're talking about best girls. I mean, Naoto. I mean, come on. Her social
Ooh.
link.
No, I
People,
like
people,
Margaret,
people,
bro.
people aren't gonna like me for saying this, but like, okay, I don't hate Naoto, but like her social link was just kind of boring for me.
Yeah,
But
I
Martin-
didn't.
Agreed.
I liked the character, but I didn't. The social link progression was not that.
Yeah.
Not it.
I did like her ability. Her abilities, though, I did like though. She was really good. She was really strong.
Oh, she's so fucking overpowered in Golden.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
know.
No
That's
doubt
what I'm
about
Takes
that.
everyone down
She
easily.
was meta. She was meta.
It's nobody like Margaret.
No, Margaret definitely underrated. I
Mommy,
like
step
her.
on me.
I will say Margaret's the hottest, but like as a character, I'd say Elizabeth's
Okay,
probably the
step on me,
best.
show me them feet.
Someone that agrees. Someone that agrees with Elizabeth. There we go. Elizabeth.
I
Best
mean,
girl.
of the Velvet Room ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. As a
Yes,
character,
sir.
I agree.
Well, if we're
Elizabeth,
talking
yeah.
Velvet Room, I gotta go back with Marie then.
Yeah.
No, I think Igor could put that nose up there. I'd be happy.
Right?
Oh damn!
Why don't you tell
Igor?
Igor to get back down beneath the chair?
Don't tempt me.
Igor.
But like, yeah, Elizabeth.
He
Though,
wants
like,
that-
I
he
love
wants
her
that
stuff. Like,
Igor.
no, but speaking of like the Velvet Room though, like Elizabeth, I love her story. Then I'll talk about Persona 4 and Ultimax stuff. I play as Architect. For most people that don't really watch my channel, of course I play lots of fighting. I mainly play like zoners, which are long range characters, and that play style just clicked with me. It's like she's low tier though in P4, but I was able to manage.
On.
Yeah, I just love the character in
I
general.
just use Margaret in P4AU.
Like I just love the zoning.
P4 AU.
But I will say to get back on topic though,
Yeah.
what I got
Thank
I
you.
got coming out is a special video this Friday, and honestly, I just kind of make up shit as I go. Some weeks I won't have any ideas for videos, and some weeks I'm like, oh yeah, I got 3 ideas and never write them down. But I do plan on making a video soon about and I think David has already requested to be in it. I didn't ask him, so I mean, I'm just saying. But it's
okay, okay.
why Persona 5, why the P5R PC port has to run well. There's no question it has to. It has to be their best
60 frames per
PC.
second.
Because if
That's
it
gotta
doesn't,
make
they're going to be
run
getting a lot of Steam
Should it
refunds.
be like?
Yeah,
shouldn't that be
I'll
like
be getting that
most
refund
PC
then.
games though?
Yeah,
mean,
no, I
here's the
agree.
Yeah.
This is
You would think that,
I mean,
but
look at them with PC games recently. I mean, they've been ass. I mean, I'm just saying the
I agree, yeah,
optimization.
no, I
on
know
them-
what
They've been pretty bad,
Yeah.
yeah.
If the
And I was
PC
planning on
were-
getting the PC version too. That was the version I
Man,
wanted to get.
P5R has to succeed, and I
Exactly,
figured
yeah.
that would be a good video topic.
Man,
so that's coming up.
I remember on release, Persona 4 Golden released on Steam, and the movies were terrible. They
Oh,
ran
yeah.
at like 2 frames. It was so funny. I had to like go and get like their own like
Yeah.
a modded file and replace it. It was
I
that
just think
bad.
I just think more companies should more emphasis into should put more effort into the PC version, because the PC player base, they want something that could run well. 'Cause most companies, though, when they put out a PC port, it just put it out there and it just won't work. So that they should really just really just work hard with this port. Cause the
Yeah,
fans-
I agree.
they need to
Because-
make the fans happy. They need to make the fans happy.
Yeah, especially since PC players are normally play on PC because it runs well. So
I say
Alright,
Alice
so-
needs to be on their A game.
yeah. So, what do you guys got next for the next project? Who's next?
I guess I'll go next.
Yeah,
But
go.
yeah, for me, it's like, I got a lot of stuff going on. It's like I'm trying to make a DDS review for like both of the games. I also have my other stuff, like aside from the SMT stuff. I also got the other fighting game stuff. I'm trying to make like a Happy Chaos guide for Strive, estimate guide for Strive, and and for the other stuff, I still have to play. I still have to get Soul Hackers though. I plan on doing like a walkthrough on there, or a gameplay, put a gameplay through it, and then do a review on it, which will take a while. But like, there's just a lot of stuff going on.
Right on.
very
I hear
nice.
that. Who's next?
Alright, I guess I'll go next. So currently I'm playing through the DS version of The World Ends With You, and then I plan on playing through the Switch version and making just a retrospective and like comparing versions and stuff like that. So it's just like gonna be a long video about The World Ends With You.
Nice, nice. So on my end, I'm finishing up a very detailed lore and overall look at Vishnu throughout Shin Megami Tensei. So if you liked my explained videos, this will actually be a little bit longer version of that. So I'm taking it one step further with Vishnu because Vishnu,
Just like it has to be.
yeah, Vishnu is extremely nuanced. So I'm going to cover a lot in this next video. So I should have that done no later than Friday. But outside of that, I will be streaming Soul Hackers 2, and then once I get done streaming it, I will be writing up a review on that. So
Nice.
you could expect
Waiting for the video.
yeah, you can, and then I'll probably, it depends on how I feel about Soul Hackers. Like if I really love it, I'll kind of expand more onto what I think about the characters and maybe potentially do a video on that. But I gotta do it all the way to completion and really form, some coherent thoughts on that before I feel comfortable making a video on it.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Well, for me, I actually didn't mention it, but I've been making content since like 2008. So I've been around. I've been around the block on YouTube. But on my current channel, I've been doing all right and doing a lot of live streams on my main channel. While my It's Vcipz channel is where all my gaming focused videos is. I have a lot of stuff covering Soul Hackers 2, which is what I'm working on at the moment, of course. Should be having some coverage of that as well this weekend. I also have some Kingdom Hearts Dark Road coverage, because for those who've been following that, it's finally coming out. We've been waiting since August of last year, but okay, we're just going to delay a story of a mobile game. It's going to be like 4 hours long. Great. Can't wait to watch it for 4 hours. May even stream it. But I also been streaming Live Alive, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and a lot of other fun games like Super Smash Bros. 2, and if y'all want to check that out, y'all can. That'll be this content that's coming up. And definitely check that out. I also make music too, and shout outs to some of the homies like Matthew the Holy God and other homies in the community like Demi Crow as well.
Based.
Nice.
All right, guys. Well, I thank you all for joining the stream tonight, and everybody in the audience. Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you for
It was a
tuning
blast.
in. And as always, please remember to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. And I've included all my guests' YouTube links in the description. So go ahead and check those guys out as well. Very highly rate these lads. So check them all out. And we hope you guys all have a good evening.
Yeah, thanks
Shout out
for
to-
letting me
Thanks for
join.
Have a
having
good
us.
one.
See
Have
y'all.
a good one, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.
See you guys.
See you guys.